all I can really think about today is the city of Los Angeles and the people of the city of Los Angeles, because there's so many people out there who I love. Like I actually have more friends in LA than I have in New York at this point. And what's happening out there right now with these fires is devastating, you know? I mean, I actually saw a video this morning that absolutely brought me to tears. You know, a 91-year-old man talking about losing stuff, you know, like losing his parents' antique cabinet. And he said, look, I'm 91 years old, but I'm going to rebuild. I'm going to start over. I mean, the resilience of that man, and you know, it's kind of like, to me, very representative of that city, because when you think about it, first of all, LA is a city of dreams, right? Like, you can hate it, you could talk about all the disgusting parts. You know, it's easy to criticize a place like that, but you have to admit, it's the city of dreams. Like, everybody wants to go to LA. Everybody wants a piece of that, you know, that celebrity, that Hollywood thing, you know, that larger than life type of, you know, environment that's been created out there for many, many years, since the first films were shot there a long, long time ago. I mean, Hollywood is the place everybody wants to visit, and many people want to live, you know, let me move into the light here a little bit. That's where everybody wants to go, you know? And I know so many people who went out there to live their dream, you know, to be an actor, to be a musician, to be a cinematographer, to, you know, be a singer. Like, if you wanted to reach the top of the entertainment industry, you had to go to LA, you know? You had to try to compete with the best, you know, be a part of the top of the industry, the cream of the crop, you know? That's where it is. Hollywood, Malibu, you know, Santa Monica, all those places. The stars, you know, Grauman's Chinese Theater, the Hollywood sign up in the hills, you know. I mean, Burbank. There's so much about that place that's legendary. And, you know, over the last few days, we've all seen it burning down. The worst fire in the history of that city. But I'll tell you, I have no doubt that they're going to recover. And, you know, I said this morning, but that's not for now. You know, for now is to deal with the tragedy of people losing their homes. I guess so far 5 people have died, so the loss of life. But people losing everything, you know, everything that they've saved. Like, think about, you know, you probably have a favorite chair that your grandmother gave you, or maybe a necklace, or photographs of your children or your parents or whatever. And for many, many people, thousands and thousands, tens of, probably hundreds of thousands of people are going to lose just about everything there. And it's just getting worse over this next week. Like, these Santa Ana winds are going to hit this weekend, and it's just going to continue to feed this fire. And, you know, these first responders are incredible. You know, these guys and these women who, like, run directly into these fires, risking their lives just to help other people, is absolutely remarkable, you know. Something, you know, some kind of heroism that we should all aspire to, and certainly all respect, 100%. I think of Los Angeles and I think of earthquakes often. You know, I lived out there for a year. And I'll never forget my first earthquake, and I was actually sitting on the toilet. And I just felt, you know, the whole thing moving, you know, like I was on a boat. And I realized it was an earthquake, and everybody thought it was funny, you know. But I didn't think it was funny because it was really, really scary. And, you know, when I think of Northridge and some of the big earthquakes that people that I know have endured out there, the fact that Los Angeles just recovers every single time, it's like New York after 9/11, you know, like when you look at it right after it happened, you think, how could we rebuild? How could we ever recover? How could we, these things are irreplaceable, you know? Like, so much of Los Angeles is, you can't replace it. You can't put anything in place of what was there. You know, history means something. But, you know, part of life, part of civilization is to overcome these things that inevitably come our way, you know, that knock us down, that take things from us. You know, it happens. I mean, it happens to every place. You know, whether it be earthquakes, tornadoes, tsunamis, terrorist attacks, rain, mudslides, snowstorms, flooding. You know, it happens to everybody, no matter where you are. And yet, the resilience of the human spirit is amazing, you know. The resilience of people to pick themselves up after, you know, the seemingly, you know, some kind of, you know, completely impossible situation to even fathom coming back from, and reinventing yourself, and, you know, finding some kind of normalcy, you know, just getting your routine together, you know, getting up one day to run, or, you know, make breakfast, or go to work, or whatever. It's like suddenly everything seems completely out of reach. And yet people do it over and over and over again. And so I really didn't want to talk about anything today but Los Angeles, you know. I hadn't even, you know, planned on making a video today. You know, I'm actually rehearsing for a Patreon video that I'm doing, because I'm working on my next feature film, which I'm really coordinating and sharing with my Patreon members, and I'm really excited about that. But I just find it hard to think about anything today other than the people that I love in Los Angeles, you know. You know, some people that I've known for my whole adult life, and some people that I met from going out there over the years performing, people in theaters, and people in the, you know, the entertainment business in general. You know, I'm thinking about people who've been kind to me out there, who've hosted me so many times to, you know, have the opportunity to share my work with them. I'm thinking about the first time I ever went to Los Angeles. You know, I was fortunate enough to be friends with this guy named Jack Rollins, who's a famous manager for a lot of famous entertainers. And he was the manager for Robin Williams. And the first time I ever went to Los Angeles, I actually got to stay in Robin's house. And Robin wasn't there, but I remember walking into the house, and it was just filled with toys. And the friend of mine who let me in, this guy Stu Smiley, who worked for Jack Rollins, I said, "Is this Robin's kid stuff?" And he goes, "No, that's Robin's." And it just looked like a kid's house, you know. It just showed me, I just felt this joy, you know, and this total, you know, this person who was just so open to the world, you know, Robin Williams. And I was like, wow, I'm in Robin Williams' house, you know, Mork and Mindy, all these great films, you know, like Robin Williams. And then I got to stay with two friends who hosted me out there at the time. I was living with this girl in New York, and her sister lived in LA with her husband, and I didn't even really know them very well, you know. And yet they opened their doors to me. They let me stay with them for a few days and hosted me, and I had the most beautiful time. And it was just like, you know, every time I went to LA, I had such a good time, you know. And I complained about LA all the time. I didn't like LA, you know. LA is too glitzy for me. I'm a New Yorker. I hate that I have to drive everywhere. But the truth is, every time I went to LA, I had such a great time. Running on the beach, the warm weather, the, you know, everything beautiful about it. Getting to go to farmers markets any time of the year. You know, LA is an amazing place. You know, it's a very complicated place, but every place is complicated, you know. But it's an amazing place, and it has been the foundation of so many dreams of so many people over the years, you know. How many movies that you've seen in your life have changed your life, have, you know, been something that you've leaned on for so many things in your life. When something important comes up and you go, oh my God, this reminds me of that film, that storyline, and so, you know what, I can get through this, you know. How many songs have affected you that way? You know, most of them have been mixed in LA. And yeah, of course, New York is up there, but let's, you know, come on. LA is the center of the universe when it comes to the entertainment business. It is. It's everything, you know. And, you know, I'm a hardcore New Yorker, and everybody knows it, you know. I remember one time when I was in LA, I was walking, I believe it was Melrose. I can't remember what street it was, but it was somewhere in that business area. And, you know, I was walking somewhere because I had an apartment like on Robertson and Olympic, I think. And I was walking down the street, and all of a sudden, I hear a car like screech, and it comes to a stop. And I hear some woman scream, "I knew if there was one motherfucker I would see walking down the street in Los Angeles and not in a car, it would be Rock Wilk." And it was my friend Vanessa Williams. And not the Miss America Vanessa Williams, but the better actor Vanessa Williams. You know, from Soul Food, and she's done so much work. And a good friend of mine, and somebody filled with all the joy, and somebody straight out of Brooklyn, but has lived in LA now for many years, and LA has been very good to her, and she's been very contributing to LA. And I'm just thinking of so many people today. You know, my friend Ann Smith, who like is LA to me, you know? And the people who I love the most in the world are in LA right now, and I'm very worried about them. It's scary. I'm thinking about people who own property there, and you know, people who are out there just trying to build a life out there. Like, I know people who have so many different types of situations, but all out there originally for the dream. And so in my opinion, they're all living the dream. You know, they're living in this amazing place that sometimes is so hard to live in and so hard to deal with. But, you know, it's magical. It's absolutely magical. You know, it is Disneyland, you know? It's everything. And right now it's burning down. And it's incredibly sad. And so yeah, today I'm just thinking about Los Angeles, California, LA, Hollywood. You know, the home of dreams. And my heart is there. And I hope everybody gives the people of Los Angeles their best thoughts, their prayers, however you pray, whoever you pray to, however you deal with your spirituality. I hope you give it all to the city of Los Angeles right now, because they need it badly. And you know, yes, there are horrible things going on all over the world. Lose me with that right now, because Los Angeles is burning down right now. And I'm giving it all my attention for this moment right now in our history. That's all I want to talk about today. So if you watch this whole video, I really appreciate that. It shows a lot about you. And that means everything to me, you know, because sometimes, you know, we got to get off of all of this competitive, trying to be a star, trying to be popular, trying to get the most, be the best. And that's ironic to say, because that's what Los Angeles is all about. But real human beings live there, and not everybody is the best. Not everybody gets the most. Not everybody gets the recognition. Not everybody wins. But everybody deserves respect. Everybody deserves compassion. Everybody deserves love. And so today, all of my love goes to Los Angeles. That's it.